Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. I am back with another video I know you all are going to like. In today's video, I'm not going to be doing a reaction on a song, but I'm going to be reacting on the reason why the Israel love the Philippines. You all know I so much love the Philippines and I love to read history about them. When I saw this video go past my timeline, I said let me react to it. So if you want to see more of this kind of video, let me know in the comment section, okay? If you're new to this platform, you love my reaction, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't get to miss out. Each time I bring more amazing video like this your doorstep. So without wasting much of your time, let's watch this video and see the reason why the Israel love the Philippines, okay?
And the Philippines have a very special relationship, and people don't really talk about it much. You see, the Philippines, despite being a world apart, separated by geography and culture, has a historical and wonderful relationship. Their relationship is deep and meaningful, and comes out to be amongst the most unexpected there is. And the type of international friendship that we talk about isn't merely about trade, security, or investments. They are built on something far more different. It's rooted in a shared history of struggle and survival, moments when one reached out to the other in times of desperate need. To start off, this relationship went back to the 1930s. This was a dark time in world history, especially in Europe. Anti-Semitism was at its peak, and Jews were being persecuted. Countries around the world were shutting their doors on these desperate people. But it should also be known that Jews themselves were being expelled from all across the world. At the start of the 20th century, some Jews were deported by Ottoman authorities during the First World War. In 1933, the Nazi Germany persecution started with Nazi boycotts of Jewish businessmen, and then, as history knows, what happens next. By 1940, the so-called June deportation carried out by the Soviet Union in June and July 1940 as the fourth and fifth waves of mass deportations of Polish citizens from Soviet
It's nice to watch videos like this, You learn a lot. You learn more about a country. And I'm loving this video right now. I'm liking it. Let's keep watching.
Eastern Poland also targeted some 65,000 Polish Jews who fled from the German-occupied part of Poland. Left and right, they were being kicked out. But the cusp of today's story does not belong to these expulsions, but rather what happened halfway across the globe. In the Philippine Islands, something different was happening. President Manuel L. Quezon, who was in power at the time, made an extraordinary decision that was far ahead of its time. Despite facing opposition, he implemented a policy that would allow Jewish refugees to find sanctuary in the Philippines. He didn't just provide them refuge, he offered them a new lease on life. These were people escaping from the darkest times, and here was a country itself.
Honestly, Filipinos are really nice. They are kind-hearted people. I haven't been in the Philippines before, but with a few people I have met here from the Philippines, here in United Kingdom, I can tell you that Filipinos are nice people. They are really kind-hearted, guys. Let's keep watching. This is getting more interesting.
Under American colonial rule, reaching out a helping hand. And this was by no means an easy decision. The opposition he faced was harsh. His enemies criticized him for letting communist Jews in, and even his political allies scolded him for it. Yet for some reason, President Manuel Quezon had sympathized with the Jews. Being a Catholic, which was also the biggest religion in the Philippines, had pushed him a year later to fight for the entry of 10,000 Jews from Germany and Austria in the Philippines. His rivals used this idea to their advantage by calling Jews communists and claiming they wanted to control.
10,000 Jews. Ooh. Wow, Filipinos, you guys are so loving. Oh my God. Let's keep watching.
They also said it would be difficult for the Philippines to manage the logistics. Further, some opponents had also distorted the issue, accusing President Quezon of not providing land to farmers while offering land to Jewish refugees in the Philippines. But surprisingly, against all odds, President Quezon went ahead and provided visas to 10,000 German and Austrian Jews. Out of that number, however, only 1,200 made it to the Philippines. Some analysts pointed out the fact that the Philippines was later invaded by the Japanese. And truth be told, there wasn't really any economic gains or political favors in the fray. He did it because he believed it was the right thing to do.
Wow.
Even though the Philippines was not yet a fully independent nation, Quezon used what power he had to make a moral stand. This decision didn't just save lives, it laid the first stone in the foundation of a friendship that has lasted to this day.
This is nice because he believes it's the right thing to do. It's good to help. It's good to help. Oh my God. Let's keep watching.
This early act of humanitarian aid was a defining moment in the relationship between the Philippines and Israel, or more accurately, between Filipinos and Jews. It showed that even when faced with great risks, the Philippines was willing to do what was right. This set the tone for a friendship that would later extend into more significant actions that would further solidify the bond between the two nations. But you might get carried out by the fact that this was the only defining moment of the relationship. No, history carried on as the Philippines became a big friend of Israel. In 1947, after the Second World War, a big vote came out from the United Nations. The world at that time was looking at the question of Palestine, a territory that had been under British control. The proposed plan was to partition Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. This proposal, known as the United Nations Partition Plan for Palestine or Resolution 181, was a, let's say, contentious issue. The stage was set and the stakes were high. If the resolution passed, it would lead to the establishment of the State of Israel. However, getting enough countries to say yes was a monumental task. But that day would come. Out of the 58 UN members at that time, 33 voted in favor, 13 were against, and 10 abstained. But what came out to be the most surprising is that the Philippines voted in favor of establishing the State of Israel. The Philippines was also the only Asian country to ever vote in favor. Okay, so you might then ask, why is this such a big deal? Well, because that vote was a close call. If the Philippines had voted differently, the majority needed for the resolution to pass would not have been reached. Or to put it simply, the Philippines' vote was the tipping point. Israel might not have been established if not for that crucial yes from the Philippines. So, in a very real sense, the future of an entire nation rested on the shoulders of this single vote. President Quezon's earlier actions, and then later by the Philippines, proved yet again a monumental feat to their friendship. But like Quezon's actions, these were also not a political strategy. The decision was grounded in the country's own recent history of fighting for independence and self-determination. It was an alignment of values, a gesture of goodwill, a continuation of the humanitarian spirit. Carlos P. Romulo, who was the Philippines representative in the United Nations, spoke eloquently about the moral duty to support the Jewish people's aspiration for a homeland, echoing the sentiments of President Quezon's earlier actions. The impact of this vote reached far beyond diplomatic halls. It established the Philippines as a supporter of Israel's right to exist and self-govern, further strengthening the friendship between the two nations. It was an act that showcased the Philippines' willingness to support what it viewed as just and right, even when it stood alone among its Asian neighbors. In later years, the Philippines received military training and equipment from Israel. Israel has a highly advanced military and intelligence apparatus, and sharing this expertise was another layer in their expanding friendship. This was more than a simple transaction. It was a sign of deep trust and mutual respect. Today, it is well known that the Philippines employs a wide variety of Israeli-made equipment, from the Acero-class patrol gunboats to the Sabra light tank, Elbit Hermes 450, an unmanned aerial vehicle, and even a wide array of communication equipment. And aside from military ties, Israel and the Philippines are today exchanging trade, investment, and tourism to this very day. Although it is quite small, as in 2019 it was just about $254 million worth of trade. Tourism, on the other hand, saw around 30,000 Filipino tourists visiting Israel each year prior to the pandemic. And finally, there is also a small Filipino diaspora in Israel. Approximately 30,000 Filipinos reside in Israel, mostly as caregivers. The treatment of these migrant workers is generally better in Israel compared to other countries, thanks to labor agreements and cultural understanding. But anyway, do let us know what you think.
Oh my
Thanks for watching.
God, the Filipinos are really kind-hearted people, honestly. Not just the fact that they can sing and entertain themselves, they are also kind-hearted guys. And because of this, they have created bond with other countries, which is so good. Filipinos, you guys are really nice. I'm not saying this because of the video I watched. I have seen a lot of Filipinos in United Kingdom, and I can tell you that they are nice people. All right, let me know what you think about them in the comment section. If you want to see more of this kind of videos, subscribe, okay? Let's become one big family. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't get to miss out. Each time I bring another amazing video like this, your doorstep. Remember, guys, I love you all.